For today's video, it's just gonna be a small little window, and as you can see, I'm cleaning it. I'm using the back rod itself because the guys on the inside got a little carried away with their texture and their paint. So I got all dusty and dirty, but I don't want to scratch the paint that's on the outside. So if you just get the piece of back rod, it's rough enough to be able to take most of everything off. You just rub it off, but it won't scratch it. See how dusty I got? And then after you do it, just throw it off. Once you get most of the dust off, that way when you wipe it with alcohol, it'll come off easy. ISO, whatever the fuck it's called, not alcohol. So yeah, I always pack it first because that way you have to clean less, because when you pack in the back rod, it kind of does another little cleaning. It'll push with the dirt in, and then when you spray it and clean it with the rag, you only clean the actual part that you're gonna stick your caulk into. And the back rod, I'm cutting little slits in it where the shims are. That way I don't waste a whole bunch of caulking. I can leave the back rod out to where it needs to be. And it's not wasting a ton of caulking unless you're just pumping it. You could do whatever you want to do it though. There's some guys that just cut it and just pump it full where the shims are, but I prefer not to do that. And same on the head. We use well, not we, I don't put the windows in, but the guys that put the windows in, they put a channel, like a U channel, and then they slide the window from the head first and slide it into the can, and that channel holds the head of the window in. So there's a piece of channel that goes all the way across, and it's not deep enough for back rod, so I have to put a piece of slit rod in there, because some people like filling it up, but that's way too much caulking. You need to have the right ratio. That'll be more than half an inch. So I split the rod and I put a little piece up on the head after I clean it. At the end of the video, I'll put the little snippet of me splitting the rod. It's just an easy way of splitting rod. So you just get the rod and a really sharp blade, and you slit it and just pull it all evenly. And once you get the hang of it, it'll be really easy doing it. But right now, basically just gonna be packing, taping, and then shooting to them. And I'll let the video play. Sorry for the interruption. Oh yeah, one more thing. Right there at the bottom, there's a little channel where the weeps are. So it goes down, and then it's like a little U channel, and the weeps are in that little, all the way across. But when you, nobody ever cleans in there. So you got to make sure to clean inside that little channel. That way your caulking sticks and it's really stuck. I always make sure I wipe it, double wipe it with the isopropyl, whatever it's called, and then dry wipe it and make sure it's really clean. And then I wipe the frame first, and then I wipe the metal. That way I'm making sure I'm cleaning both surfaces good. And I believe, yep, that's where the little piece of back rod that I split filled because it's not deep enough for a full piece, but the split one fits in. And you still have your depth the way it's supposed to be. Oh yeah, as you guys can notice too, I'm taping. I don't tape it flush to where the frame is. I tape it out a little bit because I watched this video from the actual Dow, and the lady was talking about it, how it's supposed to be on window perimeters. It's supposed to be out. That way it has like an angle, because I guess that's how they warranty it. And it makes sense because if it's flat, I've seen a lot of guys struggle getting the caulking to stick in the corners. And if it's out like that, when you push out on it, it'll be stuck to the edges way better. So it does make sense. Oh, cut a little bit. My glasses keep running out of recording time, so it jumps. This video is pretty much real time how long it takes me to do a window, so it takes me a little over 15 minutes to clean, prep, shoot, and tool a window. And then when I go down to tape it, since it has that little channel, you have to make sure you push it in. I use my little tool I use to pack to make sure the tape goes in the little channel. And then once you get good at making corners, you see me, I make the corner pretty fast. You can make the corner on that. That's a little thin piece of metal, and I can make a corner on that pretty quick. And then just tape on it. It's only like an 1/8 inch thick, right there for the tape, if that. But yeah. Oh yeah, and always tape the corner from the top down on those corners, because if I would have tried to keep going with it like that and go up with the corner, I would have never made that turn. I have to come down. That's why I leave it long, and then I could push it down in there and then make the corner on the outside, because you won't be able to make the corner on the inside of the channel. And then I'll just run the tape to that one. Oh yeah, and if you guys notice, I like to cut a square on the side of my boxes. I don't like opening where the flaps are, because most of the time I've opened it up there, and the box has to be standing up so the sausages won't fall. But then when I start moving my cart and I hit a bump or something, the box will fall and the sausages go everywhere. And if you cut the little square in the box like that, it does like a little lip around it. So you could take the sausage out really easy with your hand, but they won't come out as the box happens to move or anything, and it's on its side, so the sausages won't go anywhere. So that's perfect. And then when it's cut like that, you could also use that little square as a handle. You just grab it from there. I cut it, and then I can pick up a full box of caulking, and it'll hold it. It's really strong. They should actually start selling the boxes like that, I think. Oh yeah, and I know a lot of people. Some people probably gonna be like, "Oh, you shoot way too much caulking in there." No, I shoot just enough because the way I tool it, you see how the tool's round. So when I tool it, it pushes. You know, the middle's gonna be deeper than the edges, but it's gonna be at an angle. So I shoot just the same amount as anybody else shoots in the joint, but it just looks like I waste more because it does take out the middle, because that's how the joint's supposed to be designed. But I just shoot the same amount. You could shoot it with the way that people tool it without tape, or the way that people shoot it when they go use the stupid sticks with the soap, and they're gonna shoot the same amount because it takes that much to fill up the gap. And then right here is a perfect example. Not, you know, little things go wrong. Right there where I told it the tape ripped. So all I did was add a little bit more caulking. Don't panic. Then you move it around again. And you push it back into the joint. And then you cut it. You're always gonna have little hiccups here and there. Right there when I got to the corner, the scaffolding was in my way. So I couldn't get the right angle to tool it down. I dug into the corner a little bit, so I pushed the caulking back in there. I went around the scaffold. I got a better angle, and I tooled it better. You're gonna see that I'm gonna struggle way less on the other side, where nothing's in my way. It's gonna go way smoother. I'm gonna do it like 2 passes only, because there's nothing in my way. Or 1, because I already pushed it in. See? You can have a perfect situation like that where you just go 1 time after you push it in, you just cut it. Or like the other side with little things getting away, but just don't panic. That's the one thing about caulking, is just staying calm and knowing what you're doing, knowing how to move the caulking around. And then at the end, just like anything else, sometimes I could do it in 1, like 2, 3 strokes, and that's it. Sometimes it takes me a little longer. This one took me a little longer, but I always make sure that there's no tool mark. There's some guys that at the end, they go out of the joint. You could tell where they finished tooling, and they go, "Oh, whatever, I'll just spray with alcohol or spray with soapy water." I don't like spraying my joints. I keep tooling it until I take the caulking that's supposed to come out, and I come out of it like a little ramp where you can't see the tool mark. I don't like spraying my caulk joints. The manufacturer says not to do that, and I'm gonna follow what they say. Oh, and yeah, you can tell that the painters didn't do a good job priming or painting the middle. I don't know, I'm not a painter, so I'm not gonna judge them. But their fucking paint comes off with the tape, which is not good. They should have done a little better job. The last little thing is pushing any little, there's like a little tail when I pull the tape, so I just push it down in. But it's sealed because I give the little grip, you know, I tape over onto the metal, that way I know it's sealed. So yeah, there's that little channel, you push it in there. And at the end of the video, I'm going to show you, it's going to be just a little quick thing of how I split the rod. That way you guys know how to do it. And then just, all you got to do is do it more and more and you'll get good at it. Oh, one last thing. To make sure that it's a new blade, so it's really sharp. It'll make it way easier. Thank you for watching the video.